you glance your everlasting light. Let your eyes raise a sharp cut right through the crowd.
Yo, what's going on, everyone?
Check, check. Welcome in.
Let us know if you guys can hear us good. We're just using one mic, so we're gonna see if this bad boy works. We'll let some people trickle in. Oh. Okay.
Hey, Anthony. Jesus good? Yes. Jesus is good. Sounds good? Awesome. There you
So
go.
we'll let some people trickle in. Then we'll get started talking about the 2025 RGL Summer League. And realize Instagram's a full vertical one, so it's gonna be a little tough seeing both of us.
Oh, nice. Well, you get more swing. It's okay.
I don't think the Instagram's gonna be the main chat.
But it's alright. Swing just wanted to be the face on
Hi,
Instagram.
Mr. Taryn
It's okay.
Felix. What up, Taryn Felix?
Taryn Felix. Welcome in.
Alright, let me turn the music off really quick. And then we'll,
Cynthia, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate ya.
hey, shout out Cynthia. Alright, guys, so we wanted to do a live Q&A for you guys and just kind of discuss the 2025 RGL Summer League, just kind of the basis of what we do, how it works, and to also answer any questions that you guys may have if it's your first time participating in RGL. We know it can be a little overwhelming to kind of figure everything out. So we'll do our best to explain everything and also give you some resources that you guys can look at after this live is over. And then obviously when we're done, if you guys got questions you want to ask, go ahead and fire them away and we'll be glad to answer them for you. When is the tryouts for RGL? July 7th. So we might as well go based off of that, and I'll show you guys some resources that you can use. So let me switch over to the live screen. So if you go to our main RIDG website, which
June,
is
yes.
ridge.gg, on our events, we have the whole schedule laid out on our website. So, well, I guess besides the evals, but I just make an event on that in Facebook. So June 7th will be the evals for the league, and then on our website you can get the full schedule of when everything is. I just need to fix the second in-person major because that should be July 26th, which is a Saturday. Yeah, we meant June. Anyways, so that's where you guys can see the full schedule. I also created on Facebook an event for every single match that we'll be having this summer. So if you guys want to go ahead and go over to the RGL Facebook page, you can look at our events, and then you can say you're interested or you're going to it, and that way you'll get reminders on Facebook as well. And so wanted to make sure we had all of those created.
So just to reiterate, June 7th is actually evaluations. They're not really tryouts, they're evaluations. We have set the time. It is, what time does it start in?
The time's going to be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you have about 3 hours to do the evals. The evals will probably only take 5 to 10 minutes, but no longer than 15 minutes. And in the past couple years, or last year, everyone kind of showed up at once, so it can get a little hectic. So if you do want to come an hour later, or come at 12 and not be as jam-packed, more than welcome. We'll be there the entire time.
So we're just going to walk through the evals real quick. So you show up between those times. You don't have to be there at a specific time. We're just opening the doors at 10, and then we'll be done at 4. You said?
10 to 1 is
or 10 to 1.
when they
my
can try
apologies.
out. We'll be there probably.
Yeah, 10 to 1. So you have that time period to come in and evaluate. So what are we going to do during evaluations?
Yeah, so evals, we will have probably 3 or 4 Xboxes there that are going to be set up. And basically what we're doing is we're just trying to get a gauge on how good your player is going to be in Fortnite. So that way we can evenly distribute or evenly draft the kids for their teams. So they're pretty much just going to hop in a game of builds, so we can see how their building skills are, just see how their gunplay is, and just their overall knowledge of Fortnite, and just kind of gives us a good idea of like where they're going to be ranked going into the draft. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. We will have Xboxes. You can bring your own Xbox controller, or if you play on mouse and keyboard, you can hook them up. Honestly, it might if they really want to play on their PlayStation to eval, they could bring it, but They probably don't need to, but we'll leave it open if someone's on a PlayStation or even on a Switch, if that's what they're most comfortable playing on, if that's their platform. So they're going to come over, show up, and then we'll also be able to answer any questions at the eval, explain a little bit more about that upcoming season. We have different roles that people can do. So if you're a parent that has a kid playing in this league and you want to be a moderator to make sure everything's going smooth during practices and nothing, foul language or people fighting and stuff, etc. Or if you just want to be able to listen in and keep an ear in and have yourself muted, we have a moderator role that we can give you, and then coaches will be the one facilitating the practices. As of now, I don't know. I need to go through all the signups, so I don't know if we have any coaches that signed up yet. So we're probably looking at having at least 5 teams going into the summer league as of now. So we may need some people to coach. We'll have to clarify that. James asked, will there be an adult league? James, this specific league is just going to be for youth, but we are going to be hosting some adult open leagues throughout the season. So not to jump ahead too much, but June 28th, we're going to be hosting an event up at Saracoso Gym with the Saracoso Community College Foundation. And there's going to be an open duos tournament there that you can actually register for right now. It's for $20 per team, and we'll have an open one. We'll have 3 total in-person tournaments, so we're most likely going to have open tournaments during each of those. So to answer your question, James, there will be adult tournaments, just not a league like we're doing for the youth.
That is in the works. We have been discussing that, but we want to get the youth league going first, get that established, get that ironed out, and then move into an adult league that obviously adults can partake in. We have talked about having just an adult pop-up. It's just bandwidth right now with our schedules and whatnot. But we are talking about having an adult league as well as adult pop-ups at local establishments. We just got to lock that stuff down and look at our schedules as well. So, but we definitely want to involve you guys as well. So.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much. Also for the evaluations, they will be at the Spring Hill Suite Marriott in the small business room, and we will make sure to put signs up this year so everyone knows exactly where to walk to. But thank you, the Marriott, or Bill from Spring Hill Suites Marriott, for letting us use the conference room again. It's been a big help with us starting this league, and that's where the evals will be. What if we don't have an Xbox to practice on, I mean? Tara, so I know Felix plays on a Switch, and he's more than welcome to play on a Switch. He can bring it if he wants. And he doesn't have to play on an Xbox at the in-person tournaments either. He can play on his Switch if that's what he's most comfortable with. So the cool thing about this league is it's pretty hybrid. When we do the in-person tournaments, most kids are going to be bringing their own consoles, so PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch. The only one that we're not doing is PCs just because we don't have the capability to withstand that much power, which has been an issue with consoles for us. So he can bring the Switch. And I'm going to be also sending out an email to everyone that has registered for the league, giving you guys information. We were just making sure that we had the location locked in before I send anything out. So keep an eye out for the email. I'm going to make a group email that I'll send out every week to send updates and keep you guys in the loop for that aspect. For the season, how it works, it's going to be a 9-week season, and we'll jump back over here to the events. There's going to be 3 tournaments that are in person, and then there's going to be 6 tournaments that are online. And if you look on the schedule, every match is going to be every Thursday. It starts at 5:30 p.m. and will most likely go to 6:30 to 7 p.m. depending on how smooth everything goes with the games. But each match usually lasts about 20 minutes. So week 1 is going to be June 19th, and that'll be an at-home game. And then June 28th is going to be the Saracoso Major. So this is going to be our first in-person tournament. It's going to be up at the Saracoso Gym. We're going to have RGL, the Major. So there's going to be trophies given out to first-place teams. We'll also be hosting an open duos tournament. So if the players want to participate in that, they can sign up and play in that one as well. There's going to be a cornhole tournament going on there, and we're going to have some other fun activities going on at the same time. July 4th week, we will not be doing any practices or matches, so that'll be a bye week. Then we'll pick back up July 10th, be week 3. July 17th, week 4. July 26th, I just need to update this part right here. That'll be a Saturday. That's going to be our second in-person major, and that's also location is to be determined, but we'll make sure to get that out as soon as possible. And then we have week 6 will be July 31st, and that'll be at home. August 7th will be week 7, another at-home match. August 14th be week 8. And then RGL Champs will be on Saturday, August 23rd. Location is to be determined, but we're hoping to be hosting it at the Kermagee again this year at the Ridgecrest City Nights. So we will hopefully know by tomorrow or next week whether we have that locked in. And if you guys want a little idea of what the in-person tournaments look like, this is just a video from our in-person last year. So the kids we wearing all their gear, get to do their walkouts.
Tara, when we talk about in person or at home, that means each Thursday there'll be matches that you play with your team from your own house. So you'll be So all our at-home games, you just log in like you would normally log in to play Fortnite, but you're just gonna log in with your coach and your team, and then you'll be playing at home with your team and they'll be playing from their homes as well. Just like you would just a normal, like I'm just gonna go play Fortnite tonight. But then you're just gonna play specifically with your team. And then when we have the 3 in-persons, then you're gonna take your console, because I'm assuming you're gonna use the Switch. You're gonna take it to the event, we'll set you up with the monitor, and then we go from there. And you'll be sitting with your team as you see in the video. I hope that answered your question.
These are all the kids that signed up last year and got this thing rolling, so we're excited to start the next summer league. How will they communicate at home? We will be using Discord or game chat, so we can actually go over that right now. So like Frank said, the at-home matches, they just need to be ready to go 15 minutes early, or by the time they start, and they'll have to load in and join the lobby with their player or their teammates and their coach. And we have we use Discord as our main or server for doing voice chat and also posting scores and everything. If you don't know what Discord is, it's you can download on your phone or on your PC, and you can create an account. And when no one can join the server right now, it's locked down, and only people that can join the server are people that are participating within the league. And within the server, they're only going to have access to their own team chat. They're not going to be able to do other stuff in the server. So we keep it very locked down, and that is the easiest way for them to communicate. But if you're more comfortable with them just using game chat, they can just have a mic plugged into their console, and they're able to communicate through the game chat, and they don't have to use Discord. So we have a couple different options for that. You can download Discord on Xbox and PS5. And to help you guys understand that more, if you visit our website, ridgeleague.com, we have all the tutorial videos on here on how to set things up. So we have how to use Discord voice chat on your PS5, how to use Discord on your Xbox, and then beginner's tutorial just for Discord if you want to learn more about the actual Discord. For example, for Felix, if he's playing on the Switch, it's probably going to be easier for him to just use game chat. But he also could, if you download Discord on your phone, he could have an earbud in. So do I need to give him a headset of some? Yeah, that would probably be the easiest for a Switch player. And that goes back to the having parent moderators. Is we give you the opportunity to make your own Discord account. We'll send you an invite to the server, and then you can just be you can be listening in to the kids while they're playing. You have an AirPod in or your earphone in. Just be on mute. You don't have to say anything, but it's just a safety measure so you can hang out and listen in, or just hear them talking about all their strategies and everything. But there is an option if you do want to be that. We can give you more information on how to set that up. I think it's a very useful tool, especially for this.
Yes, I agree. And then Tara, if you want to coach, we're more than happy to have you as a coach as well.
Yep.
It's not difficult, by the way. It's really not difficult to coach. A lot of the parents that have coached, they kind of just hang out and just listen to the kids play, because every team's going to have, I would say, an elite player on their team that really knows how to play the game. So they're pretty much going to be the ones helping the kids that aren't as skilled as them learn the game as they go. So that's kind of why it kind of works out this way. See, I can coach. See,
there we go. And you get a sweet coach's jersey.
You
too.
do get a sweet coach's jerseys.
Honestly, a coach and a moderator could be a pretty similar thing, but we need to have someone for sure that's in the server with them and making sure everything's going good.
Because that's in the rule book, by the way.
Yeah. And which I was going to refer to back on our website is if you guys want to read all the rules and regulations of the league, I just updated our 2025 rules and regulations for RGL. So you can go on the website and click through these and be able to read up on just the concept and the purpose and the objective, the code of ethics, on what we are expecting from everyone that participates in this league, rules, infraction, penalties, discipline, protests, hacking and cheating in unforeseen circumstances. That's one we had to add in there just in case we have a power outage.
I want to unplug the...
But just for example, the moderators, your responsibility is to be responsible for being on time to practices and matches. Moderators are required to be in the voice chat every practice or match. If there's no moderator, it will be rescheduled or canceled. Team moderators cannot make practice or games. They're responsible to reach out to other parents to be able to do so. We kind of modified it to where if coaches are present, then that counts as a moderator as well. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of like practices in Discord. I know it's kind of confusing, and we try to put as much information on the website for you all to go check out and help you understand it more. And we're more than happy to give you guys a in-person tutorial at the evals, or if we need to meet up and show you guys.
Or we could also do a video chat, walk you through, or we can actually come to your guys' house if you really needed us to.
Yeah.
We're definitely willing to help any way we can, because we really believe in this, and we really want to see it grow. And I think it is growing. I think we're slated to have more kids this season than we did last season. So.
Yep.
What up, Yankees?
And that's a good point with having more kids, and we'll kind of go into the structure of how the matches work. We don't know if we're for sure doing teams of 4 or teams of 3. It's going to depend on the total number of signups we get, and then we'll have to adjust for that. We're hoping to do teams of 4 because that'll make it a little easier. But for how the games are going to work, so every week they're going to play 3 matches, and we're going to rotate from playing 0 builds, and then the next week will be builds. So we're going to be going back and forth on the 2 different game modes, and they're going to be playing the reload maps, which is the smaller maps on the Battle Royale, because we need 100 kids be playing on the big map to be able to actually utilize it, I guess. So the small map works perfect for the league right now. They'll play 3 matches. Last year, they only got points for their placement. So there was 4 teams. You could get either, was it 4 or 5 teams? 4 teams, right?
4 teams, yeah.
I think there was 4 teams. First place got 4 points. Second place got 3 points. Third place got 2 points, and then fourth place got 1 point each match. That's the only points they got last season. This year, we're going to be adding more points being gained during the matches. So for every elimination the team gets, that'll be an extra point. So not only are we tracking placement points, we're also going to be tracking how many eliminations each team gets, and that's going to make it gives an opportunity for people to be a little bit more aggressive and get points, or if teams just want to get a few eliminations and then get a good placement, there's that option. So 1 point per elimination, and then depending on the amount of teams, if we have 5 teams, then whoever gets first place, they get 5 points added to their total score. And then every week we tally up all the scores, and we'll have a live leaderboard. We'll post those scores on socials. And last year, the points total went towards the seating, or where they got to sit during the in-person majors. And I think we'll probably be doing something a little more or similar this year. We got to probably finalize that, but that'll most likely be what we're doing again.
And I'm gonna circle back to the in-person events real quick. So,
I'll be right back.
yeah. So if you can't make it to an in-person event and you're part of the RGL league, you can play from your location. Obviously, we would prefer you to be at the actual in person, but we do understand it is summer and people do make plans. So if you can't be at the actual in person and your parents or you as a parent don't mind taking the console with you out of town and just slotting whatever you're doing, slotting the time for you to have your child play during that time period, you'll be more than happy to do that as well. But you will not be able to play in the in-person open tournaments. Well, maybe RGL can. We just won't allow other people to, just so because we vet you guys. So actually, if you guys wanted to play in the open, you probably could. But we'll circle back around on if we'll allow that. But for sure, you'll be able to play with your team on the in-person event if you can't physically make it to the in-person. So that's what's nice about the RGL team, the RGL league, is if you had a vacation plan, but yet you want to allow your child to play in that game during that time period that we're holding the tournament, you're more than welcome to allow that. Should already have one.
You probably already have one on the Switch. As the coach, so okay, I guess we should explain that a little bit more for the coaches. So usually the coaches, you don't have to, but it's a little bit more. It's a little easier if you're on a console as well or your PC, and that way you can have the kids join the lobby, and they join you, and then you can get the players into the matches. And then you also can spectate your team, but you also could just be watching on Felix's Switch and do it that way. So you'd probably need an account for that.
Yeah, you would probably need an account if you were wanting to join into the matches to be part of it. But like Swing said, you could just watch. Pretty much, you're just there to listen and just kind of watch what they're doing. So if you need a tutorial on how to do that, maybe we could set something up to go through that as well. Maybe we'll have a coaches night where we go through the whole process before the actual league starts. So I think we're gonna make another event to go through we'll call it a coach's corner, and we'll run it through, and then maybe we'll set up Discord at the same time while we're doing that, and then introduce Discord as well as what it takes to get into a game, how to add your friends and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dino just made a good point. Fortnite's on mobile, so you could play on your phone.
Oh, there you go. So you could just download it on your phone, take up all your memory.
It's even back on the Apple Store.
So, a coach's night. Yep.
Honestly, we could probably maybe even meet up and do it in person, so it's easier to. Is that what you're talking about? Or
Either way, we can Flightline, Patriot. I'm just kidding.
I'm all. I don't know if we're gonna set up our stuff there.
I'm just kidding. But we can meet up somewhere, and then we can do a coaches. We'll call it a coaches corner or something, and then go through the process. And then obviously we'll all still be available during every practice and every match. So
They got root beer by line.
easy.
I guess we have two coaches because I forgot Jackson's coaching. So as of right now, we're probably gonna have at least 5 teams. But yeah, we can definitely go over that stuff a little bit more in detail in the coach's corner. Trying to think. So all the uniforms will be available for the first in-person major at Saracosa. So those will be ready for them to wear. They'll also be receiving some goodies that will be coming along with the jerseys they get. So it'll be pretty exciting. Trying to think. Is there anything else we didn't really go over the gist of stuff?
So what's included in RGL?
Yep.
So when you sign up, you're going to get a backpack, a hat, and a jersey. If you coach, you're going to get a jersey, right? A coach's jersey,
Yep.
and then we haven't discussed whether you're going to get a hat or not.
They're gonna have.
Then you'll get a hat as well. So, and we might throw in some more goodies depending on how many kids we get signed up. I mean, obviously, it's all about funding and whatnot. So, because we would like to put, we'd like to make the prize pots bigger for the in-person opens and whatnot. So, but we do have some gracious advertisers, which you guys will start seeing them pop out. Desert Valley being our main one, which is awesome. And then we get a couple more trickling in. Casa Corona,
Classics.
Classic. We have talks of some other business. They just haven't committed. I know Mo's registration. They want to potentially help out with some of the prize pools. So there's that.
Desert Rat 3D printing.
Desert Rat 3D printing. So
If they win a tournament, they're getting custom 3D printed trophies.
perfect. Yep. And we are making a custom 3D printed trophies for the in person, for the first one and the third one, right? For the championship and
All three.
For all three. So 3 different trophies, 3 different chances to win.
The trophies will be, or for the RGL champs, you're going to be able to get an actual crown, Victory Royale crown, is the goal. So that's what we're hoping to give out for RGL champs. They also will be receiving V-Bucks, depending on their placements they get. And then, yeah, I had a thought that I was going to say. And oh, yeah, if you guys have any friends that have kids that you think might be interested or anything like that, let them know. Say, hey, go check them out. Sign them up. I think this thing it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. If you guys have been to our events before, you know that we go all out. We go all out. So we really try to make this a very engaging and cool experience. And the cool thing about doing the Youth Esports League is it gives an opportunity for kids that may not necessarily be involved in like physical sports like baseball, football, or all traditional sports. It's giving them an opportunity to participate and be on a team, and then also and be able to experience that, and then have all the similar things that you can learn from playing traditional sports and esports. And it's a cool opportunity for kids to show like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this game, and look, it's a really cool experience to be able to sit in the stands and watch your kid play. And I think it's kind of surprised a few of the parents that showed up and watched their kids play. There's actually, we can talk about it a little bit, but you can actually letter at Burroughs now in esports. So you can make a varsity esports team at Burroughs. You can letter, and you can also get scholarship opportunities for colleges. It's getting more and more popular. It sounds crazy, but kids are getting full ride scholarships playing esports, and we want to be able to offer this to the kids, the community, to be able to get involved in that. James, my mom's gonna sign me up.
You must be in the surrounding areas from our town, James, unless you're going to make all the in-person events.
What up, Barry? How's it going?
Hey, Barry.
So yeah, it's a great experience. We really spent a lot of time to make sure it's a safe experience as well. So once the season's over, everyone gets wiped away from our RGL server, and their kids will not have access to that anymore. If they're allowed, if you give them permission, they can join our RIDG gaming server, but that's completely up to you guys. But we wipe the server after every season, and we have, like we said, we lock it down to make sure it's only specific to the teams. And if you don't want to use Discord, you can use Game Chat, and that'll work just fine as well. What else?
Let's see.
Does a child need to have parental controls turned off, or can we leave them on? I'm not sure if that will prevent communication with RGL.
Once you become friends, then that'll allow you to talk. So you'll allow them to become friends with the coach, and then the people that are on your team. Those would be the only those. So you'll physically go in there and allow them to access those people. So the way I have Lucy's set up, my daughter's, is I got to put in a code anytime someone wants to friend her, so I got to know who it is. So is it annoying? Absolutely. But it's a safeguard for us. So, but once they're friends, you can chat. As long as they're not friends, they cannot chat. Because Lucy will play with kids that are friends with another kid, but she cannot hear anything they say because they're not friends. So,
But yeah, if anyone's watching has any questions, feel free to fire them off, and we'll answer anything that you guys got. Four-part ad popped right up. Has read my question. Oof.
okay. We'll give it a second then, and I'll re-answer it. Let us know when the ad's out over.
Thank you for your donation of AdSense, though.
Yes, thank you for the AdSense.
Just graduated from 8th grade. Let's go.
Let's go, Jedi. 15 seconds left. Barry, if you're still there, glad everything went well, brother. Hope you're doing better.
Triggered.
It just ended. Tara, can you hear us now?
We do live stream all the matches too. So if you guys want to watch the matches, you can watch on wherever we stream. We'll get Facebook fixed on RGL hopefully. Okay, she can hear you.
Okay, Tara. So what I was saying is, once you friend somebody, when you have the parent controls, then that's when you allow them to talk to your Felix, and then he can talk back. I have mine set up that whenever someone wants to friend Lucy, obviously she'll tell me who it is, and then they'll either request a friend or she'll request a friend, and then I got to put in a code, and then once I put that code in, then they're allowed to converse. So even if she was to get into a match with somebody that was her friend, but then she was friends, or that other person was friends with somebody else that's not friends with her, she would not be able to hear them in chat. So that's kind of I appreciate that Fortnite has that. It's a six number code, but I have it memorized now. It took a while. But like I was saying, Felix can only talk to the people you allow him to talk to, and they must be friends. So I hope that answered your question. That's perfect. Thank you. I'm still learning all of it. No, that's good. We're still learning too.
Yep. We tried to make it safe as possible, like we said, but also easy as possible. And game chat is probably the easiest way if you don't want to use Discord.
Yes.
But Discord is the easiest for us to use to be able to communicate and hop in and talk to different teams and coaches, and then get the scores and everything. And we'll probably have to explain that in the coach's corner on how we're going to do that. But yeah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
I think we hit everything on that we wanted to hit today. Unless you guys have any other specific questions you guys want to ask, and again, feel free to reach out. We'll any of our socials, DM us or just drop a comment on one of the posts, and we'll reply to you ASAP. You can go to the website and go to the chat, and then we'll get a noti there. But right now, it'd probably be easier if you just shoot us a DM. You guys are great. We appreciate you making this happen. Hey, we love it.
What do you got, Jackson?
I have a few questions unrelated to Fortnite. All right, Jackson, let's hear it.
If anyone else has questions too, we can hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. If you think of, and again, if you think of them offline, feel free to shoot them.
We try to do our best to respond as quickly as possible. We usually can.
We can definitely respond pretty quickly on Facebook.
Marvel Rivals tourney.
I mean, we're definitely thinking of a COD, that's for sure. I'm just gonna ignore your first one, and then we'll just go straight to COD, and then we'll.
We can make this. We can run a Call of Duty league similar. A Call of Duty league would be easier to run because you guys can just play against each other and report scores, and then we host in-person tournaments. That would be a more adult league driven, but that is something that we want to do.
We don't respond very quickly on Discord when it's off season.
James, if you want to fly over and be a cheerleader, you can You can be the cheerleader.
We'll definitely get you a nice outfit, matching joggers, matching jacket, and some pom poms. And then we'll see if oh, why am I having a blank on his name?
Trevor?
No. Walking.
Oh, John?
John. We'll see if John can come up and show you how to do some flips.
J Dubba.
J Dubba. Yeah, J Dubba can help you out. Man, I just had a brain fart.
But yeah, I don't know. Anyone else? If you got some questions, fire them off.
Yeah, we'll stick around for I'd say another 10 minutes. See how things go. But we do appreciate all the pre-signups. I know it's a big investment on something new that is still in the infant stages. I mean, technically, this is our officially first season. The last 2 were betas. And just to FYI, we are only going to have summer leagues for RGL. We discovered that the winter league we just have too much going on. But we will be doing pop-ups. We have committed to do pop-ups, so those would be in-person tournaments in the winter. It's just with all our kids playing as many sports as they do, it is pretty hard. How do you determine the teams?
So after they do the evals, Tara, they'll have a score for each player, and then all the coaches will meet up after the evals are over, and we'll do a draft. And how the draft works is, so if you're a coach and your kid's playing on your team, then you're automatically going to have your kid on your team, and then those points will be given to you. And it's basically just whoever has the least amount of points or starts first, and then everyone drafts a player through round 1, then you go to round 2, and then you keep adding the scores up of each player. So that depending on if you get a really good player and another really good player, then the third round you're probably going to pick last. And we'll all be there. It'll be pretty straightforward, but it'll be based off their total points
And age. We did figure out that some kids may be a little not mature enough to be on the same team because of the age, because they're the same age. So that's why last season we called beta, because we were still trying to figure out the kinks. And I'm actually glad we actually did that season, because now we know it's like we shouldn't put 2 7-year-olds on the same team.
Yeah.
We should definitely have a 7 and then maybe an 8 or 9, and then maybe a 10, 12, depending on the skill level. But our ultimate goal is to have age brackets. That this league's so big that we have a set of 7Us and a set of 9Us and a set of 12Us and a set of 13Us and then a 14 to 17. Like, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But right now, since we don't have that many kids signing up, we
had to modify it.
We have to modify it, yeah.
But we've been growing this is our 3rd season. We've been growing every single time. We expect it to keep growing more as more people find out about it. I mean, we do best as we can to advertise it, but it's also kind of confusing to know exactly what's going on. So we'll keep pumping out the content and improving the concept, and with you guys joining and playing in it, it helps us make it even better.
And you guys telling your friends and telling your friends that have kids that are 7 and up, hey, come join this league. It's really fun. The kids enjoyed it. They had a blast. I mean, we had one kid that was supposed to sign up for something else, and there's like, no, I'd rather play in that because I'm already doing something else. So that's good to hear that people are choosing us during the summer. So it's a good feeling. So we're doing something right, and we hope to bring you all along as we grow. So
yeah, and like I said, big shout out to Desert Valley Federal Credit Union being our primary advertising partner. Once again, we really appreciate them, and they've been helping us out with all of our RIDG gaming stuff. So we're just very grateful for that partnership. And as soon as I know the list, I'll start being able to rattle off all the other ones of the advertising partners.
And shout out to the OG ones. Houses. Cash for houses.
CashforRidgeCrestHouses.com.
Yeah. And then
Sarah
Guild,
Rossadini.
Yep, Guild Mortgage,
Jody and Tiffany.
Jody and Tiffany, obviously Desert Valley.
Spring Hill Suites Marriott.
Yep.
CG Custom Graphics.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that. So each week we'll post a highlight video. It'll be like an ESPN top 10 video, and I can show you guys an example of what it looks like over on our YouTube. But we try to post these either every week or every other week, depending on how it goes. But we'll try to get the top clips of matches and then be able to post these and kind of show off some of the players from the league.
What?
So this is this is actually what you'll see during the matches. I'll be streaming in the game. Hopefully I go down right away and not running into that.
Looks like that's Ridge Dino Nuggy. Team Reapers, they're gonna go ahead and try to push. Melor gets taken out.
Internet's chugging right now. Apparently.
I'm streaming to 37 different platforms, so. So did we decide, are we making the team names and having them pick, or we're going to allow them to pick their team names?
I made the executive decision that I'm making all the teams and team names, and coaches will choose
From
their
my
team.
bull? Okay.
They will, whoever drafts first will pick last for teams. Whoever's picking last for teams will get. Whoever's picking last for players will pick the first team.
Yeah, makes sense. Get first pick at teams.
Yep, and I came up with some new designs, so I think if we like these team designs, then we'll keep these teams moving forward in the league. And, yeah, anyways, this is what the RGL top 10 clips look like. So
Lena, thank you for the heart. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Lena. And the follow. Appreciate
Oh,
that.
thank you for the follow. We missed that one.
We're going to have the Trump dance going. But yeah, that's if we can think of anything else, we'll post it. But make sure to go to ridgeleague.com and you can get a lot of information from there too. Just poke around there, check it out. There's a lot of good stuff on there. We'll set up a coach's corner once we know all the coaches we're going to have. We have Jackson and Tara so far, and we'll probably need 3 more. So Safety Dave, John Harper will probably be a coach. Maybe.
I'm trying not to have to coach, so I can do stuff in the background. There he is, Ghost. I like it. So I can do the stuff in the background and then kind of fill in for Trevor when he's not there, and that kind of stuff. So
I said I could coach, but I'm the voice of RGL.
no, he said he could, but we made an executive decision saying that he cannot coach. So that's where I would step in. But again, we will back each other up when need be. If he has to coach 1 week or if I have to coach 1 week, that'll be okay. We prefer not to, but at the end of the day, we want to make this thing work, and we're going to do whatever it takes. So.
Yep.
Even if it means having to coach.
Well, yeah, your son's playing, so.
That doesn't mean I have to coach.
He'll just be a moderator.
Exactly. I'll be a moderator for sure.
You can be online coach, Darkfire.
You,
Cool.
You do too much in the background already.
Well, I think that could wrap it up. I don't know if we have anything else we really need to. I'm sure there is, but Tara, did you get all your questions answered that you wanted?
James says, I'd love to coach till we get an adult league. Where do I sign up? Do we have a link for signing up for coaches?
No.
Okay. Well, James, shoot us a DM and we'll set up. We'll talk offline. We have to set up a link for coaches for signing up for coach. Coach Frank, you know you want to. No, actually, I don't want to, Tara.
Tara, we have too much stuff going on.
I coach a lot of things already.
If you do want to coach, we do background checks just like baseball and other sports leagues, so you will have to pass a background check. Tara, talking to you. Just kidding. Anyone that wants to coach, there is a background check that we will send you. So yeah, James, sounds good. Send us a message.
And we'll create the coaches link and then set up all the stuff you have to do to just do a quick background check. I don't think it even takes that long. So.
It's almost instant, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll know right away.
I shouldn't say instant, but it takes like.
We'll know it's pretty quick, though.
So, yeah. Oh, no, my record will come to.
So you will not be coaching. That's fine.
There, it's fine. We'll keep it hush hush if we can get my back tattoo started again.
No!
I'm just kidding.
This guy, he has that on stream, too. It's going to come back and bite him.
Should have cut the line in 7th grade. Well, it's coming back to get you now. What do you mean not the tattoo? I'm just nicely saying we should start my tattoo again. If you're ready, obviously. Darkfire, don't you have to like mod for someone or something?
Yeah, us.
Yeah. Cool. You've been waiting on me? I've been waiting on you.
Let's go. Call him out. Call him out.
That's wild.
I love it. I love it. What up, Frank? Joining in. Sheena joined. Lenny joined.
Yeah, I always forget Instagram. You have to change the. For whatever reason, it's not doing like this one.
But
Like
they're not really chatting on Instagram anyway. So I've been kind of keeping an eye over there, but I haven't seen anybody chat. Oh, scroll up. I don't think they have though. If they have, we're stuck now. So, yeah. Just says those that are joining. So,
All right, Tara. Well, we'll set up Coach's Corner. You set up my tattoo appointment, and we'll get this ball rolling. We really appreciate you guys jumping in here and asking the questions and listening to us yap it here a little bit. We're super excited about the league starting. July 7th is the last day you can sign up for the league. It's also June 7th, not July 7th.
this guy on July 7th. June 7th, last.
Nothing's going on July 7th in my life, so I don't know why I keep saying that.
You can show up the day of for evaluations. You can tell your friends if they want to come show up, check out what we're doing then. We'll allow them to sign up and eval that day.
Yep.
Which might give us a headache, but we're used to it anyways. That's just the way we roll. So, but once we're done, we're done.
12 o'clock is the cutoff.
Yes, 12 o'clock. So 10 to 12, and then we'll be posting about it again. But I think we're going to do another event like this where we just call it a Coach's Corner, kind of explaining what a coach does, going through Discord, that kind of stuff. And then we'll have another one after the coaches have been selected and all that. And maybe we'll do it after the evals or something.
Dino, did you already ask what the evals is?
Oh, yes, he did.
Bro doesn't listen.
No, he's just being Dino. That's all.
Dino, there is Team Reapers available again, so if you guys are interested in that. Cool.
All right, y'all. Well, I think we're going to sign off on that note unless anybody has anything else. And again, feel free to shoot us a DM, shoot us a comment. We'll answer you as soon as we can.
Oh, what day sign up? Yeah, well, June 7th.
Same thing, Dino. Same thing. All right, y'all. We're going to sign off. Remember to game and give, game and serve, grace and gratitude. Jesus is King. We love y'all, and we appreciate everything you guys do, and we'll catch you real soon. Peace.
All right, later, y'all.